I'm reading the book, I always just write on the pages, just the thoughts that come to mind. Sometimes
Yeah.
the book,
Yeah.
sometimes they're completely unrelated, but it basically summarizes the whole thing and kind of with the question. So these are just the thoughts that were rattling off. There's something to think about. Orwell described a prison. Huxley described a burlesque. We've evolved now into a burlesque prison. Politics is show business and the biggest
Wow.
spectator sport in the world. The medium is electronic. The sponsor are large corporations. There's nothing virtuous or having of integrity. Advertisers are dramas, and myth is in visual space, regardless the true or false statements. Be suspicious of celebrity sponsors. The business of business has become pseudotherapy. The consumer is a patient assured by psychodrama. We do not get information in 15-second clips. We get hits of a drug. You're not being informed. You're using. Advertisements work on us because we're self-obsessed. The Ministry of Truth wasn't an Orwellian fiction. We have one, and after a public backlash, it changed its name and is alive, well, and underground today, and that's been reported on extensively. Our country was founded by intellectual sages and scientists. It should be no surprise intellectualism has replaced the divine and the sacred. It's okay to stop thinking sometimes and to laugh, but it's not okay to not know what we're laughing about or why we stopped thinking. Be careful of the sea of amusements surrounding us. They could harden into prison walls. If all information was equal, we would all read the equivalent of a novel in a day in the form of text and tweets, becoming experts in literacy. It's clear that's not the case. Americans are Marxists who believe technology is leading us to a great utopia. The pitch for television is that it would shed light on all forms of racism, but now we see that it may do that and also take a good part in helping to create perhaps more than it exposes. We are highly entertained, but very uninformed. Affairs of the state devolved into arguments about social and moral issues, two things politics should stay out of. Separating church and state was a ploy for those who wanted to be popes but had no desire for the religious, experts that wanted to control the procession. Technology is a tool, a medium is the environment that the tool creates. An example of this would be the hashtag Me Too movement, but also the OnlyFans movement that followed. We all build castles in the sky. The problem arises when we try to live in
Wow.
them.
Wow. Well, there we go. That was our first episode of the Boogeyman Book Club.